General, this is not a drill. General quarters, all hands man your battle station.
And with that, welcome to United States Space Force News. In today's article from Air and Space Force magazine, to be tactically responsive, the U.S. Space Force must be like MacGyver. When the United States Space Force set and broke its own record by blasting off a satellite to space in less than 27 hours, General Saltzman made the comparison to Chuck Yeager breaking the sound barrier. A tactically relevant timeline is a matter of weeks, days, or even hours, said the new Vice Chief of Space Operations on January 19th at the Center for Strategic and International Studies. And if you're looking for a near-peer competitor that is looking to change the fight in a matter of 10 to 15 years, then we were up to date. However, this has now changed in a matter of days, weeks, or even months. It is now important that we have a tactically relevant timeline to be able to meet today's rising challenges. The new Vice Chief of Space Operations wants the Space Force to embrace a MacGyver-type mindset, referencing the 1980s TV show character known for using the technology and tools he had on hand. And with that, let us hear from the Vice Chief of Space Operations himself of some of the new things coming and a broader definition and a more in-depth definition of this new
So let's jump
term.
into tactically responsive space. I think my first question is, what is it? What do we mean by tactically responsive space? I mean, I would think the Space Force would want greater responsiveness across all of its missions. So what is it not, and why is it needed?
Those are all great questions and big questions. So if we start with the stand-up of the Space Force and why we stood the Space Force up in 2019, it was because space was starting to be contested. And we had built a force across the entire department that was really optimized for efficiency in the Middle East. And what that meant from a space perspective was we were very, very dependent upon our space capabilities for the joint fight, but they were built for an uncontested environment. And as an uncontested environment, they didn't have a lot of protect and defend capability in it, and we weren't really building that into our force that we were going to present. You couple that with going into the mid-2015 timeframe, et cetera, space was hard, space was expensive, and space was complex. As a result, we tended to glob a lot of requirements on one platform and make these very exquisite platforms. And without a shadow of a doubt, the United States have built the most exquisite space capabilities on the planet. We have the best SATCOM, best missile warning, best position navigation and timing, being GPS, best weather, and the list goes on and on and on. So it was working for us. But those systems, because they were so expensive, they took a lot of time to build. There wasn't a lot of tolerance for risk, so they had lots and lots of redundancy, and just really made them expensive. But that also meant that we weren't really responsive to the joint fight on a tactically relevant timeline. A tactically relevant timeline is the matter of weeks, days, even hours. And if you look at the near-peer competitors that we're looking at today, the fight could be over in a matter of months, if not weeks. So we no longer have the luxury of time to wait years, even 10 to 15 years to deliver some of these capabilities. But our entire force was optimized around that business model. So tactically responsive space is changing that business model, refocusing the force on the way we do acquisitions, the way we do operations, the way we do presentation of forces, to make sure that I can be tactically relevant to the joint fight on a tactically relevant timeline with capabilities that the joint commander, without a shadow of doubt, can depend on for us to deliver and to operate and to protect and defend, so that we as a nation have an integrated deterrent value and we can deter aggression rather than having to respond to aggression.
Till next time, thanks for watching, and don't forget to check the description for the full article. Oh, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.